Welcome to a short tutorial on how to build a slideshow using HTML, CSS and JQuery. This first video is going to concentrate on the structure, the HTML, and the CSS, the style, which have to be formed correctly for JQuery to be able to manipulate those elements of the DOM, the Document Object Model. Okay, to begin with, in the body of your HTML page that you're planning on having the slideshow, you create a div element and give it the ID slideshow. As it's a default, the div has no width and no height and no border and no background, so nothing will appear at the page at this stage. Moving over to your CSS and creating a new style for slideshow and giving it a width, say of 400 by 400, the div will take shape, but it still won't be visible. The grey box is there for illustration purposes only. Next, we add all the images inside the slideshow container, and we also give each image a class, slides. The name's not relevant, but the class being common to all images enables us to style them the same and later also to manage them with JQuery the same. Moving over to the style sheet, you need to create the class called slide, and we give it properties of display inline and position relative, which are defaults for images in HTML, a width and a height of 400 by 400 to match the parent container called #slideshow, and I've also added left 0, refers to the left margin, and we need that so that we can modify that in JQuery later. Note how the four images, which are now inside the slideshow container, the 400 pixel square slideshow container, are stacking vertically. This is because the default behavior for a div is for the content to wrap, so they appear stacked one above the other. If you move up to the slideshow in the CSS and add the property white hyphen space, and give it a value of no wrap, now the content within the div won't wrap and the images will appear horizontally within the div. We would like the #slideshow container to be a window only showing one image at a time and allowing the others to move through that viewport. So we add the property overflow hidden to #slideshow. It effectively crops the view to the width of 400 by 400. The four images are still there, running horizontally, but we only see the first image in the list. Often when we code in HTML, we indent the code using tab spaces, but unfortunately if you do that with inline elements like images, the little tab acts as a single white space in your HTML. You'll note that up in the illustration there's a small gap between all the images, and that's effectively one white space between each of the inline elements. This is a bit of a hack, but if you go up to your slideshow properties in your CSS and add font size 0, it eliminates that white space between the images. And that's it now for the structure and for the style for your slideshow in your browser. We have a parent container which is acting as a window, a cropped window, which has four images running horizontally across the screen. The CSS for those images is set and ready to be manipulated by JQuery.